Good morning and welcome to English Lessons on Iman TV. And today's lesson, we are going to start the class as usual with a vocabulary quiz. It's a matching exercise. And then we also have other vocabularies later on, which is a review of body parts. And our main topic is what? Grammar, and that's what? Modal auxiliaries. So we're going to start the lesson with the vocabulary. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز مثل درس های گذشته با تمرین و تکرار لغاتی که ما شما قبلا مطالعه کردیم شروع میکنیم و تمرین امروز ما یک matching exercise است، یعنی که بعد از او ما درس گرامر داریم و matching exercise ما این شکل است که به یک طرف به یک ستون لغات است که ما از شما توقع داریم معنایش پیدا کنیم و با ستون دیگه که ستون بی میگیمش این طرف معنایش است. توقع ما شما است که از ستون بی معنای لغات ستون ای را پیدا کنیم. ما اولی لغات بر شما تلفظ میکنم بعدا معنایش تشکار میکنیم. So please repeat after me together. لطفاً بعد از ما تکرار بکنیم. Actually, emigrate, graduate, attend, terrible, fuel, dive, height, handyman, plumber. The words on column B that you're expected to read and find the meaning: A, to finish school; B, to go to; C, jump into; D, someone who fixes everything; E, to move to another country; F, someone who can fix pipes; G, how tall someone is; H, very bad; I, gasoline, something that can be burned; J, really. So now let's see if you can come up with the meaning of the words. So what's another word from column B for actually? به عبارت دیگه معنای actually را از ستون B پیدا بکنین. کدام لغت معنای actually را داره؟ The correct answer is J. That means really. So actually means really. In Farsi, you say it what? Wakan. So that's what actually means. Number two, emigrate. Emigrate means what? The correct answer is E, to move to another country. Graduate means what? A, to finish school. So when you finish high school, college, or university, you graduate from the university or college. Attend means what? B, to go to. Like you attend university means you go to university. You attend a class means you go to a class. You could say that what? You attend English lessons on TV means that you come to these English lessons on TV. Terrible means H, means very bad. Terrible weather, very bad weather. Terrible disease or sickness, very bad disease or sickness. Terrible person, a very bad person. Fuel means what? It means means gasoline or something that can be burned. Dive means what? Jump into, like you dive into the water. In Farsi, we say dive. So this is the same thing. Height is D, how tall a person is. Handyman means D, someone who fixes everything. So if a pipe breaks, he can fix it. If there's electricity problem, he can fix it. If there's landscaping, he can take care of it. If you need somebody to paint, he can do it. He's a handyman. Plumber is somebody who can only fix what? Pipes, not everything else. So these are the meaning of these words. So please repeat after me together one more time. Actually, emigrate, graduate, attend, terrible, fuel, dive, height, handyman, plumber. Our next lesson is the auxiliaries. We have been studying this for the last few weeks. So first, we're going to have some new exercises. But first, I want to remind you of the rules quickly, and then we jump into new exercises. درس گرامری امروز ما راجع به auxiliary است که ما در چند هفته گذشته هم قوانینش به صورت تکرار رو تمرین کردیم. امروز هم ما بسیار به صورت فشرده همین قوانین استعمال auxiliary can, could, may و might میخوایم با شما خاطر نشان بکنم و بعداً تمرین نو داریم که میبینیم که چطور میتونیم این با جملات مختلف و در حالات مختلف استعمال کنیم و استفاده بکنیم. So first, can expresses ability in the present or future time. Like John can speak Pashto. یعنی can در صورت سوم میشه که توانایی رو نشان میده. مثلا چیزی که شما قادر به او باشین میگین can. John can speak Pashto یعنی John قادر به ایست که پشتو گپ بزنه یا توانایی پشتو گفتن داره یا صحبت به پشتو رو داره. The negative form of can maybe cannot, cannot or can't. یعنی میتونین که شکل منفی زیر به 3 رقم شما ارائه بکنید. Liz cannot speak Pashto. Liv cannot speak Pashto. Liz can't speak Pashto. In spoken English, can is unstressed. You can go. In spoken English, can't is stressed. You can't leave early today. یعنی ترجمه فارسی است که وقتی که شما can به صورت مثبت در جمله استعمال میکنید فشار صدا سر لغت can نمیاد. مثلا میگین که you can go. اما وقتی که can't یا منفیش استعمال میکنید فشار صدا سر can't میاد و میگین که Joanne can't leave early today. So you emphasize that. تاکید میکنید. Use the simple form of the verb after can and other auxiliaries. یعنی بعد از لغت can و تمام auxiliary های دیگه مثل may and might and could and must باید شکل ساده فعل استعمال شود. از s و ing و تو را استفاده نمی کنیم. مثلا میگین ملالای speaks English well. وقتی که میگین زمان all بدون can استفاده میکنین باید است که s با فعل اضافه شود. اما وقتی که can استفاده میشن میگین ملالای can speak English well. به صورت است که ما از کلمه can استفاده نمی کنیم. The past form of can is could. I could run 3 miles. این شکل موضوعی can could است. مثلا میگین که I could run 3 miles. یعنی 3 مایل میتونستم بدوم. معنیش چیست که فعلا نمیتونم این کارو بکنم. The negative form of could is could not or couldn't. I could not speak English when I was young. So means that I couldn't do it. For may, the rules are very similar, but the meaning is different. So may and might expresses possibility in present or future. It may rain tomorrow. It might rain tomorrow. May or might معنی یک معنا را داره. معنیش در یک صورت معنیش چیست که چند معنا داره. معنیش میتونه باشه که یک امکانیت در زمان آینده نشان بده. میگن it may rain tomorrow. یعنی امکان داره که صبح باران بباره. It might rain tomorrow. امکان داره. یعنی may و might اردوش یک امکانیت نشان میده. The negative form of may and might is may not and might not. There is no contracted form. یعنی وقتی که شما منفی میسازین may و might تنها کلمه not اضافه میشه بسیار شکل خلاصه نداره. Maybe, one word, is an adverb. It means possibly. It comes at the beginning of a sentence. Maybe که باعث یک لغت استفاده میشه یک قید است که میتونه در شروع جمله بیاید. مثلا میگه که maybe it will rain tomorrow. یعنی امکان داره که صبح باران بباره. Jim is sick. Jim may be sick. اوکی سو اگر بگوین که می را از بی جدا بکنین در صورت است که می معنای اکسیلری داره اما می و بی که یک جای باشه یک قید از اکسیلری نیست. May and can also show permission. May is more formal than can. شما میتونید که کلمه می را در پلوی ازی که معنای امکانیت در زمان آینده داره میشه که به شکل یک باعث اجازه هم استعمال شود و می بسیار شکل رسمی داره. مثلا میگه که may I use your computer. آیا اجازه دارم که از کامپیوتر شما استفاده بکنم. یعنی که اجازه خواستن اما به می شروع میکنیم و نشان میده که ما بسیار پولایت یا بسیار مؤدب هستیم و شکل رسمی داریم. Can I use your computer؟ عین معنا داره. یا can معنای توانایی رو نداره، عین معنای اجازه رو داره و شما وقتی کن استفاده میکنین که شما به یک نفری که به اون نسبت داشته باشین، نزدیک باشین صحبت بکنین. با کسی که نسبت نداشته باشین یا به اصطلاح سوپروایزر شما باشه، زیاد تو رو نشناسین، باید است که از می استفاده شود. Yes, you may use my computer. یعنی شما اجازه دارین که از کامپیوتر ما استفاده بکنین. با معنای دیگه ای که میدانه که در شروع جمله بیا اجازه رو نشان بدم، میدانه در بین جمله بیا اجازه رو نشان بدم. So here is an example, or not an example, but it is an exercise. ما در این قسمت یک تمرین بر شما درست کردیم که ما یک چند جمله رو بر شما اینجا ارائه میکنم. توقع ما شما است که همین auxiliary که در جمله استفاده شده شما برای ما بگویید که این در زمان ماضی است، در زمان حال است، در زمان آینده است و این کدام معنا را نشان میده. آیا معنای توانایی است یا معنای عزیز که این امکانیت در زمان آینده نشان میده. یعنی شما یکی از دو معنا را انتخاب میکنید، توانایی یا امکانیت، و شما یکی از سه تنس استفاده میکنید، present, past, future. بگوین کدام از این معنای از این جمله است یا معنای امی auxiliary است. I could be at home late tonight. Don't wait for me for dinner. could با کدام زمان استعمال شده؟ present, past, future. و کدام معنا را میده؟ ability یا possibility. شکل توانایی یا شکل امکانیت. I could be home late tonight. Don't wait for me for dinner. This means what? امکان داره ما ناوقت بگیم. این یک could معنای امکانیت نشان میده. Which is possibilities. در زمان آینده possibilities. When Tim was a child, he could speak Spanish. When Tim was a child, he could speak Spanish. یعنی که could در زمان حال است، ماضی است یا آینده است و آیا شکل ability یا توانایی رو نشان میده یا امکانیت. When Tim was a child in the past, he could speak Spanish. So it's past tense and it shows what? Ability or توانایی. Where is Ali? I don't know. It could be in a mall. See? Where is Ali? I don't know. It could be in a mall. I mean, I don't know now. So it's what? Present time. It could be. It's possible. I can finish filling out this application by 9 p.m. tonight. I can finish means what? It's sometimes in the future, and it shows what? Ability. So as you can see, that these words like could, for example, it could be used for the present time, it could be used for the past time, it could be used for future time. And it could use what? It could show possibility or it could show ability. به برای دیگه که ما شما باید بسیار احتیاط بکنیم که وقتی که auxiliary رو استعمال میکنیم که معنای ازی در هر جمله تغییر میکنه. یعنی ما میتونیم عین امی auxiliary رو با زمان ماضی، با زمان حال و یا با زمان آینده استفاده بکنیم و معنایش هم میتونه توانایی باشه و میتونه possibility باشه. و می خاطر است که انگلیسی مثل هر زبان دیگه ساده نیست. اگر آدم میخواد که دقیق یاد بگیره باید قوانین گرامریش تعقیب بکنه. Let's look at question number 5. When I was a child, I could climb trees, but now I'm too old. when I was a child means what? Sometimes in the past, I could climb this past tense. It shows what? Ability. یعنی وقتی که طفل بودم خرد بودم میتونستم به درخت بالاشم لکن الان نمیتونم. این توانایی رو نشون میده در زمان گذشته. Let's leave for the airport now. Simin's planes could arrive early and want to be there when she arrives. So let's leave for the airport. Simin's plane could arrive early. Could arrive early means what? It's a possibility in the future. So could means possibility in the future. Where is Dr. Shaw? I don't know. He could be in his class or in the lab. Where is he? Could be in his class means possibly now. And it shows what? Possibility. That it could be in a class or it could be in a lab. Two possibilities. But where is he now? He could be in the class right now. So could shows what? Present time possibility. Now, I have some other exercises for you over here. Determine whether these questions are grammatically correct. Which questions do you think are more polite? توقعی با شما است که به جملات نگاه بکنین، بخوانین جملات ما بر شما قرائت میکنم و تصمیم بگیرین که کدام از جملات درست است و اگر درست است این شکل polite یا بسیار مؤدبانه ذکر شده یا شکل غیر رسمی رو نشان میده. اول اجازه بدین ما جملات رو برای شما بخونم. بعداً سر تمرینش کار میکنیم. Question number 1 or sentence number 1. Would you help me with my homework? Would you load the van? May you load the van? Can you unload the van? Could you unload the van? Would you load the van, please? Could you please help me? Could you help me, please? So now let's see whether they are correct or not. Will you help me with my homework? That's what? Grammatically correct. You could bring will at the beginning of the sentence and you could make it like that. So, is it polite or formal or informal? It is what? Well, we first go to the whether they're correct or not. Would you load the van? That's also what? Correct. May you load the van? That's what? Not correct. May is not used with other subjects or pronouns. It's only used with the first person or plural or singular, but not with other ones. یعنی می صورتی که شما بخواین اجازه بخواین تنها با امرای I و we استفاده میشه. نمیتونه با دیگه ضمایر استعمال شود. So you could say may I load the van? May we load the van? اما گفته نمیدونین که may you. So that doesn't work. It's not correct grammatically. Can you unload the van? Correct. Could you unload the van? Some people pronounce it, could you unload the van? Yes, you could do that. Would you load the van, please? It's also correct. Could you help me, please? That's also correct. So the next question is, are these polite, formal, or informal? So the first one is when you say, will you help me? That's not very polite. So if you want to make it polite, you could say what? Would you? Would you? So یعنی که از نظر معنا will you help me یعنی امکان داره با ما کمک کنیم. اما اگر will بگویین بسیار شکل غیر رسمی داره. ارتباط با یک دوست بسیار نزدیکتان یا با اعضای فامیل میتونین بگویین. اما اگر وقتی که شما با یک نفری که او رو بهش بسیار آشنایی ندارین صحبت میکنین باید که همیشه would استفاده شود. توصیه من است که همیشه از would کار بگیرین. صرف نظر از اینکه آدم با اعضای فامیل گپ میزنه یا غیر اعضای فامیل با دوست یا با اشخاص ناشناس اگه آدم پولایت باشه هیچ نقص نداره اما اگه آدم پولایت نباشه همیشه نقص داره. اوکی. Would you load the van? That is what? Polite, because would. May you load the van? That's not correct. But can you load the van? Again, can is what? Not very formal. It's correct, but you don't use it with people you don't know. یعنی can you load the van یعنی امکان داره که به اصطلاح ترک چی کنیم بار کنیم. این معنایش بیشتر واضح است، لکن غیر رسمی است. یعنی با اشخاصی که شما آشنایی ندارین بهتر است که از could استفاده بکنید. Could you unload the van؟ یعنی امکان داره که از این van بارش پایان بیارین یا پایان کنین. Would you load the van? Very polite, and especially with please. Would you load the van, please? Could you help me, please? That's also very polite. یعنی خلاصه مطلب به اصطلاحی است که would و could در جملاتی که بسیار polite یا مؤدبانه باشه و رسمی باشه استفاده میشه و will و can با جملاتی که غیر رسمی باشه استفاده میشه. این وقتی که ما صحبت میکنیم تعلق به داره که ما با کی صحبت میکنیم، چقدر به اون شخص معرفت داریم، چی ارتباط به اون شخص داریم، باید است که اون شکل جمله خود تغییر بدیم. این نه تنها بلکه در انگلیسی است بلکه در هر زبان دیگه این ملحوظات در نظر گرفته میشه. دیگر در انگلیسی فعلا به ارتباط می اگزیلریا این خدمت شما عرض کردم که will و can به صورت informal یا غیر رسمی، can و could به صورت formal یا رسمی و شکل بسیار مؤدبانه نشان میده. So let's go to the next exercise. Our next exercise is that you use, please complete the following dialogue. Use may I, could I, or can I in one of the following verbs. Help, lead, speak, talk, and take. توقع ایست که این جملات در هر جمله یک به اصطلاح blank space یک خالیگاه است و توقع ایست که شما این خالیگاه را با کلمات may I, could I, or can I و استفاده یکی از این افعال مثل help یعنی کمک کردن، leave ترک گفتن، speak یا talk صحبت کردن و take گرفتن پر بکنید. اما بر شما اولی دیالوگ میخوانم the dialogue، بعدا شما تصمیم بگیرید که از کدام از این کلمات استفاده میکنید. A و B معنیش چیست که دو نفر با هم صحبت میکنن. یعنی A میگه hello، B میگه what؟ Hello, is Tom there? Yes, he is. And then him. Just a minute, I'll get it. So which will you use over here? Hello, is Tom there? Yes, he is. What do you say? May I, could I, or can I speak to him? The correct answer is may I, could I, can I speak to him? All of them are correct because we don't know what situation we are in. Polite situation, I mean formal situation or informal situation. But the grammar of all of them are correct. You could say what? May I speak to him? Could I speak to him? Can I speak to him? But because we are using the first name of the person, then it means that it is more informal. So can may be more appropriate. این از نظر گرامر عرصه ازی میتونه استعمال شد. اما ای که ما نام اول شخص استفاده میکنیم تام یک نام اول است و این خاطر است که معنیش نشان میده که این یک حالت غیر رسمی است، چرا در صورت رسمی از تخلص استفاده میکنیم و در صورت غیر رسمی از نام اول. به اون خاطر است که can شاید مناسب ترین لغت اینجا باشه. Can I speak to him? Is Tom there? Yes, he is. Can I speak to him? Just a minute, I'll get it. Okay. Next one. Hello, Mrs. Jones' office. Mrs. Johnson, may I ask who is calling? Jenny Smith. Just a moment. Mrs. Smith, I'll connect you. Okay. So now which one do you use here? This is basically the same dialogue, but instead of using the first name that we used last time, Tom, Here we are using what? The last name, Mr. Johnson's office. So it doesn't say Tom's office. It says what? Mr. Johnson's office. So it's a formal situation. So the correct answer will be what? May I or could I speak to Mr. Johnson? So if you say, can I speak to Mr. Johnson, is not very correct. Why? Because the person answers with Mrs. Johnson's office. So it's a formal situation. It's an office. So when you talk to an office, to people in an office, then you need to be formal. And then also, may I ask who is calling? See, the other person says the word may I. So it means that it is a very formal situation. Jenny Smith. Just a moment, Miss Smith. I'll connect you. توجه بکنین که اینجا از تخلص شخص استفاده میشه مثل جانسون و سکرتر یا کسی که تلفن جواب میگه میگه که may I ask who is calling یعنی معنی چیزی که این یک شکل بسیار مؤدبانه استفاده میکنه به اون خاطر است که شما هم به مو جوابش بسیار با احترام مؤدبانه بدید. May I or could I speak to Mr. Johnson? اگر بگوین can I دی نظر گرامر صحیح است لکن با این جمله بسیار وفق نداره به خاطر از اینکه یک شکل رسمی است باید زبان رسمی استفاده شود. Next dialogue. Hello, hi, this is Bob. Sure, hang on. See, this is Bob, Tom. These are all what? First names. So you say what? Can I speak to Tom? So because the other person says what? This is Bob, doesn't use the last name. And you say, sure, please hang on. Situation number 4, good afternoon, Dr. Fong's office. You? Yes, I would like to make an appointment with Dr. Fong. Fine, it's Friday morning at 10, all right. Yes, thank you. Your name? Okay. Now, good afternoon, Dr. Fong's office. Again, uses a formal situation. You call an office, a doctor's office. So the best say is what? May I help you? Is the receptionist. Yes, I would like to make an appointment with Dr. Fong. Fine, it's Friday morning at 10, all right. Yes, thank you. Your name? So you give your name. Next situation, number 5. Hello to Emily. She's not at home now. A message? No, thanks. I'll call later. See, Emily. Emily is what? First name. You're calling somebody by first name. It's informal situation. So you usually say what? Can I speak to Emily? Yes, she's not home right now. Can you leave a message? See, all informal situation. The next one, situation number 6, complete the following dialogue using may I, could I, or can I, and some of the same verbs. Hello, James. Who? James Johnson. There is no one here by that name. I'm afraid you have the wrong number. Is this 925-224-8542? No, it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay. Now, which one do you use? May I, could I, or can I? The correct answer is, can I speak to James? Who? James Johnson. Again, James is what? A person's first name. So you use the informal form. Here, I'm going to give you sentences with one word underlined. And what I want you to do is to tell me the part of speech of the verb, whether it's a noun, a verb, an adjective, or a preposition. در این قسمت باز هم یک درس گرامری را تمرینش داریم که شما توقع ما ایست که این جملاتی که با شما تقدیم میکنم بعضی کلمات به اصطلاح زیرش خط کشیده شده و توقع ما ایست که شما بگویید که این کلمات به اصطلاح part of speech چیست. آیا اینا این کلمات اسم است، فعل است، صفت است یا کدام حرف ربطه است یا قید. شما امو part of speech زیر به اصطلاح نام ببرید. The first one is Mr. Johnson will call you if he comes early. So the word if he comes early. What part of speech is if? Number 2, Nassim wrote a very persuasive essay. What part of the speech is persuasive? Number 3, Early in the morning, Sheila left her apartment. What is part of speech of in? The students may not use their laptops in the class. What's the part of speech of may not? Do you need assistance with your resume and cover letter? So what is the part of speech of assistance? Can you tell me how to access Iman TV? Tell. Which part of speech is the word tell? So let's go over the first one. Mr. Johnson will call you if he comes early. If is what? A conjunctions, connects two sentences. Nassim wrote a very persuasive essay. نسیم یک مقاله بسیار مقاله نوشته کرد که او انسان را به تشویق میکرد که یک کار را باید انجام بده. So persuasive. Which part of speech is persuasive? یعنی به اصطلاح قانع کننده معنا میده. Persuasive essay یعنی یک نوع مقاله است. پس این adjective یا صفت است. قانع کننده است. Early in the morning, Sheila left her apartment. In the morning. In is what? Preposition. Students may not use their laptops in the class. May not use. So may is what? Auxiliary. یعنی معنی که اجازه استفاده از لپتاپ خود در صنف نداره. Do you need assistance with your resume and cover letter? Assistance. Do you need something? So assistance is what? Noun. Can you tell me how to access Iman TV? Tell is what? A verb, because it tells you in action. Let me read these sentences again. Mr. Johnson will call you if he comes early today. So if in Farsi means agar, and agar here is just kind of a conjunction. Nassim wrote a very persuasive essay. Essay به معنای مقاله است و چی یک اسم است. هر چیزی که پیش از اسم در انگلیسی بیاید او به صورت عموم چیز صفت است. So persuasive is an adjective. Early in the morning, Sheila left her apartment. Students may not use their laptop in the class. Do you need assistance with your resume and cover letter? Assistance, یعنی که کمک. Can you tell me how to access Iman TV? Tell is what? A verb. More sentences. War brings nothing but destructions to a nation. What is, first of all, nation به معنای یک مملکت یا مردم است. What part of speech is nation? معنای جمله است که war brings nothing but destructions to a nation. یعنی جنگ با جز از بدبختی و ویرانی به یک ملت چیز دیگه را ارمغان نمیاره. مردم افغانستان ما مردم خوب این میفهمیم. War brings nothing but destructions to a nation. So what is the part of speech of nation? There was an election in Afghanistan. Was. What part of speech is was? The doctor who gave you this prescription is very kind. Very kind. What part of speech is very? The firefighters extinguished a big fire. A big fire. So what part of speech is Brr. It's very cold in here. What part of speech is brr? Let me go over the first sentence. War brings nothing but destructions to a nation. So nation به معنای مملکت یا مردم است و part of speech is وزیست که یک اسم است. It's a noun. There was an election in Afghanistan. There was. ما شما در افغانستان انتخابات داشتیم. در ماه اکتبر و در ماه مارس نتیجهش اعلان شد. Okay, was is what? A verb. The doctor who gave you this prescription is very kind. Very kind. Very means adverb. یعنی قید است. یعنی دکتری که به شما این prescription داد. prescription در انگلیسی به معنای نسخه در فارسی است که دکتر بر شما prescription میده. The firefighters extinguished a big fire. Is what? An article. Burr. It's very cold in here. Burr actually لغت interjection است، یعنی کلمه‌ای است که همون به اصطلاح احساسات نشان میده. Interjection است. Let me read these sentences with correct answers. War brings nothing but destruction to a nation. Nation, ismus. There was an election in Afghanistan. Was is what? A verb. The doctor who gave you this prescription is very kind. Very is an adverb. The firefighters extinguished a big fire. Is an article. Burr. It's cold in here. So I plan to cover a lot more slides for you, but unfortunately, we don't have enough time. So I'll have to stop here and you will take it from here next week. به انتهای بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز ما با امین به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. تشکر.